I don't know what brings you to the presentation this evening, but 6 years ago I saw a presentation you're getting ready to see for the first time in my life. And where I was 6 years ago was not a very pretty place. That was back when the economy was doing great, and I wasn't. I was in a very, very bad financial situation, the worst I'd ever literally been in my life. And so when I first took a look at Ambit Energy and heard about it from my good friend Steve, I was not open to it simply because I was just trying to keep my neck above water and I wasn't doing a good job of it. So, sometimes when you're in that situation, the last thing you want to hear about is another opportunity. I wasn't even doing a good job keeping food on the table. Nonetheless, have time to, another opportunity on top of a couple of full-time jobs that I was trying to manage. So, whatever it is that brings you here this evening, whatever dreams or goals that you have had in your life and, maybe haven't realized, what we've got here is a vehicle that works. I started my Ambit business because for the first time in a long time, I saw some light at the end of the tunnel. I saw a vehicle that could realistically make a difference for my future. So, it may not be about yachts for you. It might be about paying off the debt. It might be about some college tuition. It might be about a lot of different things. But one thing's for certain, if this opportunity can afford the ability to acquire, what do we have here, an 85-foot super yacht, then I imagine that it can probably help you achieve some of the goals or dreams that you have sitting on the table. So with that being said, what I can promise you is that we have a vehicle here that's proven and that works. We have the right company with a vision focused on success, an expanding industry that we have barely scratched, the perfect product, and truly, as a whole combination package, the greatest opportunity that I have seen in my lifetime. And I believe it will be the greatest opportunity that will come across any of our desks in our lives. So with that being said, it's my great honor to introduce the first of our dynamic speakers here this evening. This next individual is truly an Ambit extraordinaire. One of the best in the business that I've seen in Ambit and in the industry period at getting across what this is about and how this works, why this business, the fundamentals behind it are what they are, and how we have gotten to where we have gotten over the past 6 years. So with that being said, please help me welcome Executive Consultant Greg Hensel.
Thank you so much. Well, what a fantastic evening here on Yachtcast. This is the second Yachtcast. We're now here down in Fort Lauderdale. The last one back in July we did from Battery Park in New York City. And also to have special guest Jeff Hefke, the Vice President of Field Development, Sales and Marketing right here in Florida with us. Incredible. So thanks so much for the kind words, Sean, and the introduction. And, I have the ability to try to share with you a little bit about myself in this business and a little bit about the company, the industry, and the service. And then I'm going to introduce another very, very special speaker to talk to you about the opportunity. I've been in this business a little under 4 years. March of 2013 will be 4 years for me. And when I came to my first business presentation, I didn't see a magazine or a website or a video or a DVD or whatsoever. I came into this business and hit the ground running day one about 44 months ago based on my life's experience of being in the right place at the right time before, but totally missing an opportunity, because we learn so much more from our failures in life than we do from our successes. Telecom had deregulated back in the 1990s, and I was presented with an opportunity with Excel Communications, and over the 39 months that I watched that company grow, thousands of people made millions of dollars. The company grew from $30 million in revenue in 1992 to $1.4 billion in 1996, changing all of those folks' lives. And I was in the right place at the right time, and I had that in common with those people. But the people whose lives changed forever, they stepped into the moment and got committed to that business where I passed every time. So when I saw Ambit Energy, I knew every minute I was not in this business, I was costing myself and my family perfect timing. So I got started right away. So what we have here, we have Ambit Energy. Our co-founder and chief executive officer, Jerry Thompson Jr., started this company 6.5 years ago to become the finest and most respected retail energy provider in America. And you can ask any one of our 1 million customers or you can ask any one of the consultants in this business and they will tell you that in 6.5 years we've already achieved that. Some other great things is that we happen to be the fastest growing retail energy provider in the United States with the highest retention rate. Just as important to the equation as Jerry Thompson is Chris Chambliss, our Chief Marketing Officer and co-founder. That company that I missed back in the 90s called Excel Communications, fastest growing company in the history of American business to $1 billion during that time, shattering Microsoft's record. Chris was an executive vice president at Excel Communications. And the Fortune 500 executive team, you just had Jeff Hefke up here in front of the camera sharing a little bit about his vision with Ambit and announcing that we broke the 1 million customers. Ambit put together a Fortune 500 executive team first before a single consultant or a single one of those 1 million customers ever came aboard. So take a look at what Ambit has done so far to this point. Just incredible. 2009, 2010, 2011, Dallas, top 100 places to work. 2009, 2010, SMU Cox School for Business, fastest growing companies in the North Dallas and Texas Metroplex. And then the next three things, these are really what go on the marquee for Ambit Energy. 2010 Inc. magazine, which ranks the top 500 fastest growing privately held companies in America, Ambit Energy debuts at #1. Then 2011, 2012, and also 2010, that year with Inc. magazine, we appear cover to cover in Success from Home magazine. This is a magazine that profiles the industry leaders in direct selling, and they can only profile one company a month or 12 a year. Ambit back to back to back. And my personal favorite, the Direct Selling News. The Direct Selling News ranks the top 100 largest global direct selling companies in the world. And Ambit Energy, based on 2011 revenues, is already the 15th largest direct selling company on planet Earth. And we're very, very proud of that. We go forward here and we talk about deregulation, which opens the window. Monopolies are being broken up all over the United States. Customers finally have the right to choose, and the timing is perfect. Why is the timing perfect? Let's take a look at why. Current market size of the states and territories that we're in, 9 states in the District of Columbia, $65 billion on the table with almost 50 million potential customers, and Ambit Energy's market share is less than 3%. So how does it work? This is the nuts and bolts of deregulation, and it's actually very, very, very simple. When you pick Ambit Energy as your supplier, the energy gets delivered to your home the same way. Nothing changes whatsoever. A pipe breaks, a line goes down, everything gets repaired and fixed the same way. Nothing changes at all except the energy that you use, you pay a little bit less for it. And that's incredible. Hard bottom line savings for our customers, and we're very, very proud of that as well. So let's talk about the savings that I just mentioned. First, why is it the perfect product? It's the perfect product because it's not a product, it's a service. It's a service that everyone uses every second of every minute of every hour of every day by everyone you know and everyone you don't know. There's no cost to switch, and nothing, literally nothing changes for the customer at all except the energy that they use after they pick Ambit as their supplier. They pay a little bit less for it. And then for business owners, this is fantastic. No inventories, no deliveries, and no collections. So those savings and benefits, I get to them now. Great savings, competitive rates. We save our customers money. And everything that we promise our customers is always backed by a written satisfaction guarantee. You know, I have a large team in the state of New York and in upstate New York in the North Country, and a lot of the customers, I mean, we save all of our customers money, but a lot of the customers that come to me, they say, Greg, you know what? The savings and benefits that Ambit brings to the table for upgrading the service to Ambit, second to none. But the savings aren't as important to me as helping the environment. How do I do it? Well, we have a 100% Green E certified product as a choice for all of our customers. Welcome gift for enrolling, free 3-day, 2-night getaway, part of Ambit's marketing plan to give you a pat on the back. That pat on the back says, you know what? Great job picking Ambit as a supplier. Go away for a weekend on us. Travel rewards points. Every kilowatt you use, you get 1 point. Every therm of natural gas you burn, you get 10 points. And you can actually cash those in. Companion airline tickets, spa stays, awesome, awesome travel rewards benefits. So talk about the customer referral program. Just takes a minute to go through this. Every customer of Ambit Energy gets their own website. And that website is set up to refer other customers. You refer 5 customers to your website, Ambit doesn't give you a little pat on the back, 3-day, 2-night, an actual vacation for you and your family and some other great benefits. But the crown jewel of the customer referral program is that magic number 15. If you refer an additional 10 customers or a total of 15, Ambit Energy will average with those 15 customers that you referred what they pay in energy supply every month, and they will credit your bill or cut you a check month after month after month after month for that energy supply amount, literally eliminating your energy supply and providing you with free natural gas and or electricity every month. And another thing that we're very proud of, that is the only single free energy program offered from any retail energy provider to its customers in America, and Ambit Energy is that company that does that. So that's the end of my presentations. I hope I hope you understand the customer savings and benefits. I touched on the company, the industry, and the service, and now I bring one of the top guys in the entire business. He's going to talk to you about the opportunity and the compensation plan. He's the number 5 income earner. We have over 180,000 consultants in Ambit Energy. This gentleman is number 5. He's a multi-million-dollar earner. He's the recipient of the Co-Founders Impact Award, the Crystal Sphere Award, multiple 5-star trip after 5-star trip after 5-star trip. And let me tell you, I consider him one of my very close mentors in the business. And the thing that you need to know about mentorship is the people that you pick to mentor you, you have to trust and respect them first. And I have the honor and privilege of bringing up national consultant, my very good friend, Mr. Chris Atkinson.
Man, I wish we could get Greg's socks live on the video. I mean, you guys got to see what this man is wearing. Hey, welcome to someone's living room. I hope you guys are having an amazing time so far. My name is Chris Atkinson. I'm from a little town called Texas City, Texas. Population, not very many. But, you know, a little over 6 years ago, I was sitting at my mom and dad's house because I had just gotten foreclosed on for the 3rd time. I've had multiple cars repossessed. I've even filed bankruptcy. And I got a phone call similar to maybe one that you just received. It was from a friend of mine that said, Chris, I found something and you need to take a look at it. Well, I had to call a buddy of mine to drive me 300 miles one way just to go see the opportunity. And, you know, during the middle of it, I thought, well, this is a no-brainer. I don't know anybody that does not use electricity. So had to do one more thing. I had to make 3 phone calls before I could find one person that would lend me the money, and I got started immediately. And thank goodness I did. My life has changed, met so many great people, and that's what I want to do with you this evening, is show you how to put together what Greg just shared with you. I mean, come on, we're talking about electricity and natural gas. Everybody uses it. Of course they want to pay less, but what about the other side? What about making some money from it? And thank goodness Ambit did what it did. It put you and I into the middle of it. All they're going to do is ask us to refer a few people to a savings. Now, as every month as they pay their bill, that's going to drive revenue to the company, and in turn they're going to pay us month after month after month for simply referring people to the service. Folks, it's word-of-mouth advertising. USA Today came out with a poll that said it's 86% more effective than any other form there is. In other words, we're going to believe each other. We're going to believe a friend and a family member before we believe some sports star or celebrity. I mean, honestly, do you guys really think that Peyton Manning eats at Papa John's? I mean, come on. He just bought a few franchises and now he's on the TV trying to get you to eat more pizza. But folks, it's so effective. That's why things like Google happen, become the fastest growing company. That's why Ambit is happening. You heard it from the VP himself tonight. We just surpassed 1 million customers, and they've all come in because someone told someone about a savings. Referral marketing works. The only thing is everything we've done in the past, we didn't get paid on it, and now it's time to make the positive change. So to join Ambit Energy, it's a one-time investment of $429 and then a monthly of $24.95 a month that gives you a business building system, an array of websites that builds your business for you. You're going to get video websites where you can send people to 24/7. They can watch this presentation live in their own living room and join your business. So you join tonight, and let's just say you're in Dallas, Texas, and you call up your friend that lives in Houston. He can go watch your video, like what he sees, join the business, and call his ex-college roommate that lives in Baltimore, Maryland, who has a cousin in Chicago, that has a friend in Philadelphia, and you're watching it all from that middle website called your Power Zone. Because it's going to track everything for you. How many customers you have, how many consultants you have, what your next paycheck is going to be. It even has marketing material in the form of flyers. You just click and print and go pass them out to your friends and your coworkers. Then there's even training videos built within your Power Zone that take you step by step, A to Z, on everything to do to build your business. Now, some people like these ideas. How about a flexible schedule? See, look, we're not asking you to quit doing what you currently do for a living. We're not asking you to clock in at 8 and clock out at 6 and come in for overtime on the weekends and come in early, stay late, do extra. We're not asking you for that. We're asking you for 15 minutes here and 30 minutes there. From time to time, you're going to hear people tell you that they're full-time in Ambit Energy. Please understand, full-time is a few hours a day. That's all. Folks, again, it's your time. You are now the CEO of your own business. You get to decide the things that you do. But how about incredible tax benefits? You see, simply by owning your own home-based business, you now are the beneficiary of the way that the tax code was written. You see, it's written to help those that own their own business, and so now you can keep some of your money rather than continuing to give it all away. Unlimited income potential is the reason that we're here. I know some of you may have heard those words before, but what I'm going to share with you here in just a minute shows you that there's no caps, no restrictions. What you put into it is 100% what you're going to get out of it. Some people have a couple of questions. They want to know, well, Chris, what's in it for me? Well, let me ask you some simple questions. Whatever territory you're in, wherever you're watching this from, does your incumbent provider make money? I mean, that's a pretty easy answer, right? Well, of course they do. Well, why not you and I? You see, it's the same exact energy. It's generated the same, it's delivered the same. The meters are read the same, it's billed the same. They write the check the same on the same day. Nothing changes for the customer. What does change is they get to pay less, and then who gets paid in return? So why not you and I? And then, can you do it? Well, I can't answer that question, because for you to be able to build this business, you have to be able to answer two questions. A, do you currently, right now at this very moment in time, do you know someone that uses electricity or natural gas? And do you think there's a chance that there might be a slight possibility that they might like to pay less? Well, of course you do. And then do you know someone else like yourself? Someone with that business mind and that business spirit. Someone that wants to join you in business and get an additional income for a few minutes a day. Those are the only two things that we ever do, is help people pay less for something they can't live without, and help other people drive an additional stream of income into their business, into their pockets. So folks, what we've done so far is we've paid $429. And so some of us want to see how to make that back the moment we join, right? Well, we have a simple formula for success called 526. We're going to share that with you. The 5 is the customer points. Okay, what you want to do is when you join, you're going to get credit for 2 customers because of your website system. That's that $24.95. The next thing you want to do is go out and share the savings with a couple of people. You see, you want to become your own customer. Of course, you want to save money. Go all the way and talk to the neighbor on the left, the neighbor on the right. Allow them to pay less for something they're already paying for and can't live without. And as soon as that happens, the company is going to send you a check for $100. Now what you'll do is change your focus. Go out and share the opportunity with a friend. Call Bill up on the phone and say, Bill, I have something to share with you. I'm excited about it. As Bill joins you in business and repeats what you've already done, he's simply going to become his own customer and gather 2 more. When he gets a check for $100, so will you. You see, Ambit pays you 100% matching bonus for helping someone see success. If you like that idea, call up Bob. And as soon as Bob joins you in business and does the same exact thing, gathers a few customers, he gets a check for $100, and you do as well. So now you've done the 5 customers, the 2 personally sponsored. Now you're just going to help them do what you've already done. That builds you a team of 6, and you're going to get your first promotion of what's called a regional consultant. And 2 things change here. First, you get a 55% raise, and that works a couple of different ways. You see, now as you share the opportunity with someone that gathers a few customers, when they get a check for $100, you're going to get a check for $155. Remember, you get that raise now as a regional consultant. Well, now let's take a quick look at that. So that's your friend Mary and Beth. Okay? They just paid $429 to join you in business. Do you think that they're going to go out now and do what you did? They want to become a regional consultant also, right? So they're going to go out and share the opportunity with someone that gathers a few customers, that does the same and follows suit and does the same. And every single time that happens, to infinity, you're going to get paid $55. And I'm sure wherever you're sitting right here, that did not excite you very much, because you look at that and you say, well, $55, what's that? I was told I was going to see life-changing money. I mean, how much money do you really think I make? That's what you're saying to your friend right now, right? Well, and I could agree with you on that if you're thinking, well, maybe one person a month or one person a week might join my business. But see, what we're sharing with you tonight is something that you simply get started, and you're going to continue to build it over time for years and years to come. And you simply never, ever know what's going to happen. Folks, in the month of November, my wife and I had over 1,900 people join our business. And some were at $55, and some at $135, $215, and up to $240 to infinity every single time somebody joined and simply gathered a few customers. You see, what you see on the screen now is 5 separate and very distinctive streams of income. As you continue to promote, everything continues to grow and pay you simultaneously. In other words, you just bought 5 separate franchises for a one-time investment in yourself of $429. And now remember, all this money gets paid out every Friday because the consultants join the business and do what? They gather a few customers. Customers that pay their bill how often? Every month. I mean, I've tried it differently, and bad things happen when you don't pay your electric and your natural gas bill. So let's talk to you about residual income, which I did not understand, did not even have a clue what it was. It had to be explained to me. And what my sponsor told me, he said, Chris, it's like going to the gym one time and you're in shape the rest of your life. Yeah, that's not a reality. But he went on to say, Chris, it's you do the work once and you get paid over and over. My father was my very first customer. And on the 15th of December, I will get paid on him for the 73rd time. Now, his bill is a little over $7 because he referred 15, gets it almost for free every month, but I'm getting paid time and time again every time that he pays his electric bill. So what you're seeing is a 7-level payout system. So do you think that over time that you could share this opportunity with just 3 people that join you in business, and then help them duplicate the same thing? That would be 9 new people in your organization, and as they do the same, you can see the chart that would be over 3,000 consultants in your organization just in 7 levels. Now what if they go out over time and just gather a few customers? Okay, just gather. Now look, we're not getting 20 million customers ourselves. We're looking at 20 and 10 customers, okay? Folks, we do something called banding, and what I'm going to share with you tonight is the smallest payout. Okay, now remember, all you've done is gathered 3 consultants and helped duplicate the same process, and everybody's averaging a few customers. Could you handle just a little over $78,000 month after month after month coming into your account simply from getting something started? But sometimes people look at that and they say, Chris, that's a lot of money. And I'd agree with you. And they say, Chris, that's too much money. Well, if it's too much, just learn to spend more. No, but sometimes people do look at it and they say, can you slow that down a little bit? I say, absolutely. Well, let's say everybody just averages a few less customers. Could you handle an extra $11,000 a month? You see, all you've done now is the same thing. You sponsored 3 people who did the same, and you averaged just a few customers, just the neighbor on the left and the neighbor on the right. Sometimes I hear some information that really just gets me going, and I found out the other day that there is another way to earn $11,000 in monthly residual income. I heard that we can now buy a treasury bond, and they're paying a whopping 1.6%. And to earn that $11,000, we have to have just over $9 million to open that account. So if you have $9 million under your mattress tonight, go buy you a treasury bond first thing Monday morning, and they're going to start to send you $11,000 a month. Or you could join Ambit Energy, go out and talk to 3 people that join you in business, help them each talk to 3 who talk to 3, and gather just 2 customers along with yourself, and you'll get the same exact results. Folks, I chose Ambit Energy, and you know why? Because they even pay us more. Remember that simple formula we shared with you, the 526, and you get promoted to regional consultant? Well, as soon as you do that, they're going to pay us even more money. You see, now what they're going to do is they're going to add 25 cents to infinity on everything. Yeah, they're going to pay that 25 cents extra in everything that you see within the 7 levels, but look how many consultants, over 2,000 consultants on your 7th level. Do you think there's a chance one of them might go share it with somebody so you have an 8th level and then a 9th over time? Well, folks, every time a consultant joins that gathers a customer, you're going to get paid a quarter as the regional consultant. And I know people look at that and they say, a quarter, what's a quarter? Well, here's your homework assignment for tonight. When this presentation is over, get out a pen and a piece of paper, and I just want you to do 3 who average 3, who average 3, and just stop at 10 levels. Okay? You're going to keep meeting people tonight whose organizations are in the 40s and 50 levels, okay? But I want you to just stop at 10 levels. And then say everybody over time averages 5 customers. And then multiply it times a quarter. And then pull your calculator out and and then hit clear, and do it again, and then change batteries, and ask your friend to come over and do the same. Folks, it's $110,000 a month after month after month, just in quarters. Well, they're going to add to it again as you become a senior consultant. They're going to take it up again as an executive, and all the way to national consultant, up to an additional $1 or $2, depending on the market you're in, on every single customer that ever comes through your organization to infinity. And yes, please remember that everything continues to grow and pay you simultaneously as you continue to promote. All I can tell you is that I feel so lucky, blessed, and fortunate that someone even thought enough of me to pick up the phone and give me a call, because in the 6+ years that I've been here, no one else ever has. If it wasn't for that one gentleman that thought enough of Chris Atkinson to pick up the phone and call him, I may still be living with my mom and dad, because nothing in life had ever worked out for me. That's why I'm so eternally grateful that this has happened for me, and it's changed my life financially, and it's changed my life in many other ways. Folks, it's been my pleasure to be with you tonight. What I'd like to do is to ask our executive consultants that have flown in from all over the country to come down to Steve Thompson's mega yacht, the Never Quit. They've flown in from Houston and from New York and Pennsylvania, and just to come and participate in this and share with us. So I'm going to stay up here for a few minutes with them and invite some of our executive consultants to come on up front and share a quick 30-second testimonial with us.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, folks. My name is Tim Ollinger. I'm from East Otto, New York. I was, prior to Ambit, 28 months ago, I was working full-time as a police officer. I owned 3 businesses. My wife and Missy and I had 5 children. I worked our business for 28 months, got rid of the overtime at the Sheriff's Department, replaced a lot of my income. Now I'm making 7 times more than what I make per month as a police officer. Thank you, Ambit Energy.
All right. Congratulations, Tim. Help me welcome up from Houston, Texas, Pastor Kenny Smith.
Thank you, Chris. Hey, I'm Kenny Smith, a pastor out of Houston, Texas, and I work Ambit part-time as a full-time pastor. And when Ambit found me, I was in the projects. It brought me from the projects to prosperity. And guys, I did it in just a few short years. But the thing is, Chris told me, work to be like your hair's on fire. I did that, guys, and now life is so much better for me. Thank you so much.
Keep working, Kenny. Keep working. All the way from the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania, help me welcome up executive consultant Mr. Nick Patterson.
Hey guys, my name is Nick Patterson. I'm from Poconos, Pennsylvania, and when I found Ambit Energy almost 5 years ago, I was in the mortgage business. I owned a title company and a property management company. We all know what happened in 2007 and 2008 with the fallout of the mortgage meltdown, and now here I am. The last 2 years, full-time in Ambit Energy has changed me and my family's life. It has allowed us to move from New York City up to the Pocono Mountains, where I now live with my wife and my 3 beautiful kids. Guys, Ambit Energy is the real deal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick. And folks, you know, when I first got started at Ambit, they told me to look for busy people, and so I called one of the busiest people I know, and she said no to the business. It took me a few minutes to let her really see that this was the right thing, and a couple of years later I asked her one more question, and thank goodness she said yes. Help me welcome up national consultant, my wife, Miss Debbie Atkinson.
I actually said no to this opportunity when Chris called to tell me about it because I thought I was too busy. I was working 60 plus hours a week in nursing, but what I saw was $55 to unlimited depth. That excited me. I jumped right in, and I got started. 15 to 30 minutes a day. I replaced my nursing income, a six-figure annual income, in a very short time. So I took an early retirement. I retired from nursing, and I get to share this with other people and help them do what I've already done. Thank you.
Woo! Congratulations. Folks, it's my pleasure tonight to bring up the other half of the great hosts that we have this weekend for Yachtcast. This is a guy I got to meet about 7, 8 years ago, have just become an amazing friendship and an amazing partnership. This guy is somebody that really knows this industry inside and out. Help me welcome up for Yachtcast himself, Executive Consultant, Mr. Damian Pekacek.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely, sir.
Wow, I'm super excited. I tell you what, it's been a great event so far, and a little bit about me from San Antonio area. Very blessed that Steve gave Sean and I a call and beat us up and beat us up and beat us up until we finally answered the phone, and now look at us. We're on this big, pretty yacht. But it's changed Michelle, my wife, and I, our life. We have 6 beautiful children. Our biggest benefit from this is we don't have to rely on nannies to raise our kids, and we're able to homeschool the kids, and we don't miss the events. We don't miss the Boy Scout events. We don't miss the gymnastics and the baseball and the orchestra and all the fun stuff that comes with a big family. And we absolutely love it, so we've got our time back, and we're able to raise our family the way we want to, and we just absolutely love it. But enough about me, guys. It's changed our life, but let me tell you, I've got the honor to introduce the owner of this big, beautiful, fantastic yacht, and a very, very close friend of mine. And this gentleman, he's the #2 money earner in Ambit. And you know what? I think that's incredible, right? We just heard from #5, but now we've got #2. But top 15 in all of network marketing. 70 million people per the businessforhome.org. And I don't know about you guys, but top 15 out of 70 million is a pretty big accomplishment. He's one of the originals from the Millionaire Club here with Ambit, with the Yellow Jacket Millionaire Club, and I think he's just sort of passed that up now because he's got this really cool purple jacket. My good friend Steve Thompson.
Hey guys, everybody, welcome aboard. All across America, and I know some people watching as far away as Israel and other places. Welcome aboard the Never Quit. My name's Steve Thompson, and Ambit has changed my life. I've been in network marketing for almost 20 years. I come from the insurance industry. I spent over 30 years in the insurance business, owned my own insurance agency, and I started Ambit. I didn't quit insurance to start Ambit. I started Ambit on the side of my full-time job as an insurance agent, but 3 years into Ambit, I found myself making so much more money from a 3-year-old Ambit business than I was from my 31-year insurance agency that I say I called the company and said, I called the insurance company and said, I've got an eye problem. They said, what's wrong? And I said, I can't see working for you anymore. And I was able to retire a decade or more early, sell the agency back. Now, good news, it was residual income. So I still get paid 20% of that income month after month after month, even though I haven't been around the insurance business for 3 years now. But my Ambit income continued to grow during that time. Now, like I said, I've been in network marketing for almost 20 years, so I got to tell you, I've been with some good companies and some not so good companies. I started in the vitamin business. It seemed like a great idea. The vitamins were a great idea, a great company, but I found myself after a couple of years making some pretty good money, but my whole life became consumed with products and trying to sell people things that cost more than they could have bought it at Walmart or Walgreens or somewhere. I loved the concept, but I didn't want to sell stuff. I left that. I looked for a few years, and I was very fortunate to find that company, XL Communications. They were the first company to ever marry network marketing with a service, long-distance service. Everybody I knew had a telephone. Everybody I didn't know had a telephone. So I thought it was perfect, and it was, except for my timing. because when I joined that company, they were already in all 50 states. Shortly after that, they opened all 10 provinces of Canada and a lot of Europe and Great Britain. So it was like being at a party just a little bit too late. I made a lot of money, and I learned a lot there for almost 9 years with that company. And then I went on and helped to launch a skincare company. I did that really, I said that what made me launch a skincare company or help them was they called me and said they wanted me for my expertise. No one had ever said that to me before. So it was a great opportunity, and I'm blessed for those days of learning to help with a startup because it set me up for where I am now. After that, I went in the travel business. Travel network marketing was my first big run. My first year in travel, I became one of the top 20 money earners in the country. I thought I would never leave that. But about then is when I got the call about Ambit Energy. Now I knew from my days in Excel that if anybody ever got in the energy business and did it right, had the tens of millions of dollars it takes to be a public utility, along with the management team to take the growth across the country and maybe the world, and also had a comp plan and a marketing plan that would allow ordinary folks like us to capitalize on this. I knew it'd be the biggest financial gain we ever had, so I went and took a look at it. It only took one day at the home office meeting Chris and Jerry. Now, I knew who Chris Chambliss was. He was executive vice president, so I knew Chris knew what to do. More importantly, he knew what not to do. It was Jerry Thompson I wanted to meet. By the way, my name's Steve Thompson. People everywhere I go, I say, wow, are y'all related? My answer is always the same. God, I hope so. It would be cool to turn out that way, but the difference was my dad and grandfather both drove trains for the Missouri Pacific Railroad, and Jerry's dad and uncle and grandfather built and owned all the 7-Eleven stores in the world. That's now the largest franchise in history. There's over 45,000 7-Elevens. They sold that in about 1989 for, I don't know, $1 bazillion or whatever you sell something that big for. And Jerry, in his own right, our CEO, started a company called Caprock Communications, built it up to $300 million a year, and in 5 years was able to sell that for hundreds of millions of dollars and roll over and start Ambit Energy. So I knew they had the experience, they had the management team, and they had the money. So I called the travel company and said, guys, it's been fun, but I got to go. They said, what do you mean you got to go? You're a top money, or you're going to walk away and leave your paycheck? I said, yes, I am. They thought that sounded awful foolish. I said, why? And they said, well, what are you going to sell? And I said, electricity. And they said, well, that sounds boring. I said, well, compared to travel, electricity is kind of boring, pretty mundane, but money's fun. And this is a $500 billion industry. The deregulation of electricity and natural gas in America alone represents the largest redistribution of wealth we'll ever see. It's the breakup of the largest monopoly in the history. And that's where we are. I started with the company just over 6 years ago, started it part-time on the side of my insurance agency and signed up my first consultants and first customers, just like many of you watching tonight. But I applied myself, and I am so glad that not only did I see it and say yes, but more importantly, I put my head down and went to work. No matter what anybody told me about what it may or may not do, I knew what it could do, and I was right. And you know what? You only have to be right once. Now, 6 years later, I'm living my dreams. You know, not only am I able to spend time on a world-class yacht most people never even get to ride on, and I'm blessed to be able to own one, and I get to travel on it south. I'm based out of Fort Lauderdale in the summer, and I take it up to New England and work all our northern areas. And in the wintertime, and have a great life with that. But also, I'm able to take more time off, and I've given more to charity in the last year than I'd given in the previous 50 years of my life. That's what success. Now, you may be wondering what made the decision on this. The big decision for me is that people frequently say network marketing doesn't work. Anybody heard that? Yeah, everybody's always heard that. You know why you hear that so often? Because usually it doesn't work. And quickly, there's reasons for that, and I'll compare that to Ambit. First reason is most companies are product companies. They've got to sell a product for retail plus just to be able to pay the sales force, to pay the consultants for it. Now, not only is that difficult, but before you can sell something, you have to learn enough about it. Training. Gosh, I remember in the skincare business, I spent hours and hours and hours on trainings and Saturdays trying to learn what all the lotions and potions and vitamins and different things I've done. And, you know, they say statistically 50% of the people that start a network marketing business never learn enough about the product to even go out and try to sell it. They're done. They're gone. 50% are gone. Then if you did learn enough about the product, you've got to become a salesperson. You got to be a good salesperson, because if you're going to sell somebody some vitamins like vitamin C for $14 that they could buy at Walmart for $3.50, you got to be a salesperson. Most people are not only not comfortable with that, statistically 95% of Americans are not only not salespeople, they don't even like salespeople. So not very many people make it through the sales force, and most people are gone by then. But let's say you did learn the product. You were a super salesman. You're one of those 5%ers. You got the customers. Now you put them on what's called auto ship. Auto ship's like in the vitamin business, where they sent the vitamins to my house every month, month after month. Well, we're human. Eventually we forget to take the vitamins a few times, and they start stacking up, and here comes another shipment, and here comes another shipment, and it kind of gets stressful. And then as a customer, you finally pick up the phone and you call and cut that auto ship off. You say, you know what, I'll turn it back on when I've used up these vitamins. But as time goes on, you may run out of, say, that vitamin C, and you're not out of other things. And instead of calling that company back, you say, honey, would you pick me up some vitamin C when you're at the grocery store? You have returned to your original buying habits. And when a customer returns to their buying habits and stops being your customer on auto ship, you lose your income. And when you lose your income, you quit. You know what gets rewarded gets done. What doesn't get rewarded is extinguished pretty fast. Let's contrast that to Ambit Energy, product training. If you've got a 5-year-old at home right now, they're burning up the electricity. If you live up north, they're certainly burning the gas, keeping the heater on right now. It's habitually used, unconsciously purchased by everybody, almost everybody, everywhere. Second thing, salesmanship. You don't sell anything. Everybody's already got electricity and or natural gas. They're already paying for it, taken out of their pocket from their huge budget during the hardest time in our life. All you're going to do is show them how they can lower their cost. They still stay a customer of the incumbent. The delivery's still the same. The meter reader's the same. The only difference is now it costs less for something they're already buying. That's not sales. That's education. You have to go out and educate people on how they can save money. And as far as auto ship, we've got one too. It's called an electric bill. You know, I'll ask everybody everywhere across the country right now, just ask yourself, did you pay your electric bill last month? Or are you thinking about paying it again this month? That's called auto ship, and it gets paid month after month. I've been with Ambit over 6 years, and the majority of the consultants and customers that ever came into my business are still active right now. That's people I've been paid on for over 6 years for a sale that either I or someone else made one time. Showed them how to save money, the customer saves money, and we make money. And if you continue to get paid month after month, you continue to work the business. That's why we're so successful. Now, there's several reasons you can be successful right now. Number one, just like I said, it's a service, not a product. It's not like you have to convince people it's a good idea to get electricity or natural gas. Then there's the second one that comes, the power of part-time. I didn't quit my insurance agency to do this. You don't have to quit what you're doing, but you do have to carve out a few precious hours and apply yourself to the system we have. And that system, with just a little bit of time from you, will multiply and leverage through hundreds if not thousands of people, and you end up making a full-time income on a part-time basis. Now, we have got the most lucrative compensation plan in the industry. The good news is it pays out more money than any compensation plan I've ever seen anywhere. There's already now almost 20 people in Ambit that have earned over $1 million, and several people earn that much every year. And I don't tell you that to brag. I tell you that if a company's got people that earn more than $1 million a year, could you get by on 10% of that? That's the kind of success we can have with this. And what's most important is we have the training and a system, a proven system of success. There's no longer a question about whether or not Ambit will work. The only question is, will you? And perfect timing. We are 6.5 years old. We're debt-free, profitable. We just opened our 9th state, plus the District of Columbia, so 10 territories. Hello, everybody in California. You're the newest state. And I got to tell you, things are going crazy in California because the whole world knows about us, since we're already been the #1 fastest growing company in America, and now we just passed 1 million customers. Run the launch pad to take off. So final exam in closing, you're either an A, a B, or C. Please just call whoever invited you tonight and tell them which one you are, because a type C person just didn't see it, and that's okay. We appreciate you watching. Maybe you can use electricity and natural gas, and we'll save you some money. A lot of you are type B. You know you want to be part of this. It's $429 to participate in the greatest redistribution of wealth in our lifetime. You just don't know how good you're going to be at it, how much time you can be putting in it, what your friends are going to be saying. You don't have to know any of that. Thank goodness it's an earn while you learn program. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. So the people showing you this business are vested in helping you become successful. And what gets rewarded gets done, I assure you. Some of you are type A. Type A just can't wait to get started, and I urge you to get out there and sign up right now. So just turn to whoever invited you again and tell them there's three kinds of people in every audience. People that make it happen. A lot of people are just going to watch this happen. And somebody in every crowd says, hey, what happened? Just missed the whole deal. Don't be that guy. And in closing, I'll just say, get excited, stay focused, and never ever quit. Good luck in your business.